Peace. What's good? How y'all doing? This is Zaza Ali. Today is Friday, April the 24th, I believe. I pray that this message reaches you all in the best of health, spirit, and mind. I just want to share something with you guys that is on my heart and actually a thought that came to me last night. There's a lot of talk, and I wanted to share this with you guys because we have to be careful right now. In this time where, God, the creator, matter of fact, Ramadan Mubarak to all of my Muslim family. But we have to be really careful right now in this time where, God, source energy, the creator, Allah, all of the above, plus us, has set the world down, with the help of the powers that be or without the help, however you want to contextualize it. We have to be very careful about letting this narrative about it being about them get too out of hand. If you have not taken on the mindset and the consciousness that everything that's happening right now is about you, and everything that's happening right now is for your highest and best good and is going to serve your best interest, then you are walking backwards and away from the intention of what's happening in the world right now. So I wanted to just kind of drop, just a few pebbles, so to speak, in order to help us to contextualize what's happening right now. As you guys know, I wrote The Scientific Intervention in Our Affairs, and in that book, I talked about how they had weaponized. They had race-based weapons, the technology to create the technology for race-based weapons, biological warfare, right? Chemtrails, geoengineering, HARP, etc. I haven't really been, honing in on that since what's happening right now, because number one, you know what I'm saying? We were talking about this 10 years ago, and that's when, everybody should have really kind of been paying attention, especially considering most of this stuff is happening right up under our noses. But also because we're steeped in fear-based consciousness right now. And so I do not want to be a part of fear-based consciousness. I've already kind of done the research and provided the information in the best format as a writer that is available to me. So if you're interested in delving into that world and into that research, I've already kind of laid the groundwork for that. But because this paradigm shift that we're in right now and this war that we're facing, right, is spiritual warfare, the only way to properly handle and neutralize spiritual warfare is through spiritual means, right? So be very careful about people that you're listening to online that are screaming at you about what you're not doing, how you should be, focused on this, or now's the time to start that business, or now's the time to do all the stuff you didn't do. That is true to an extent. But there's people that follow me on social media that have been working 20 years straight with no vacation, you know what I'm saying, and very little time off and very little time to be introspective and reflect within themselves. Those people need a break, you know what I'm saying, and need to learn how to be the center of their own universe and how to, you know what I mean? Like it's astounding to me as an introvert and just somebody who's, who spends a lot of time being internally focused, that people are really, really, really struggling with being still, right? So in that context, right, and going back to what I was saying about, the spiritual aspect of this war and then the scientific aspect of this war, which is what the scientific intervention in our affairs is all about. We talk about 5G, we talk about vaccinations. What's really happening underneath this, and this is the crux of the spiritual warfare and the scientific warfare, and that middle ground, is that they have weaponized your illness and your inability to take care of yourself. The H1N1, hysteria, the Ebola hysteria, all of these different, diseases and stuff that would strike, and we'd have like a 2 or 3 month, pandemonium kind of, energy. People get chaotic depending if it's something that pertains to them, right? That they can feel, that they can see and touch. Those were the training grounds. Those were the experiments because they were really testing to see how people were going to respond. This is about controlling energy, controlling consciousness, and ruling minds. That on the broadest spectrum, on the highest level, that is what this is about. On a lower level, sure, it's about vaccinations, sure, it's about money, sure, it's about resources, sure, it's about, martial law, National Guard, etc. But as spiritual and physical beings, now that we're in this paradigm shift where we're moving, the agenda now is to be spiritually based on a divine level, on a higher state of consciousness. That's what this is really about. So if you are not spiritually minded and spiritually based, you're really going to suffer right now. You're really going to struggle right now. So they've weaponized your sickness and your lack of being in tune with your body, your lack of being in tune with, we could say, okay, there's food deserts, absolutely, particularly in the Black communities, in Black and brown communities, in impoverished communities. There are food deserts. There's lack of access to, quality, nutritional food, right? Absolutely. That goes without saying. But we also have the internet where you can order fruit, you can order produce, you can get groceries delivered to you, whether you in backwoods, Alabama, or in a major city, right? Now, I understand that finances come into play, right? So even if you are limited to, boxed beans and rice, so to speak, instead of eating, 3 meals a day, eat 2 meals a day, eat less. You know what I'm saying? So really on the most pivotal, basic human level, there are no excuses anymore for us to not be taking care of ourselves. And I'm not talking about buying herbs, buying supplements, buying anything outside of what you already have. But the onus right now is on us. We've had so many teachers from Llaila Afrika, Dr. Llaila Afrika, to Dr. Sebi, to Elijah Muhammad, to all of these great scientific minds that focused us. You can get How to Eat to Live online for free, the PDF version, right? Learn how to properly fast, change your mindset about eating, change your mindset about diet. But the bottom line is, they have the report now talking about how the sun is the cure. That's not news. Like we've had great minds and great teachers that have been telling us this for a long time now. Did we pay attention? No. So this is about you physically being mindful and being aware and being in touch with and being in tune with your body. I read an article on the New York Times yesterday that talked about most, if not all, of the people in New York that were inflicted with the coronavirus had pre-existing conditions. Again, weaponizing your inability to love and care for and take care of yourself. That is what's happening on a physical level through coronavirus and other issues that have been going on forever that we've been ignoring. That's what cancer is to an extent, you know what I'm saying? And then on a mental and spiritual level, the fact that we are losing our minds and going crazy because we are not enough, you are not enough in your sound mind, sound body, sound heart, right? You need stimulation from the outside world. You need to be entertained. You need other people to tell you how to think. You need other people to tell you what to read. You know what I'm saying? And obviously it's important to have guides and people who can help us to contextualize what's happening. But the bottom line is that this is the time for 1000% self-accountability, 1000% self-responsibility, looking within yourself in the mirror. Stop letting people on social media make you feel bad about what you're doing, what you're not doing, how you're struggling. Follow people that make you feel inspired and invigorated about your life. And then make sure that you are spending time alone with yourself in order to get in tune with your higher self, with the higher state of consciousness, and understand that this is a spiritual war. So all you have to do is get in line with your higher self. Make your breathing, make the food that you put in your body a priority. Make getting sunshine and getting out, not just getting sunshine, but how you breathe. Taking in deep, full breaths. Most people breathe at a very surface, substandard level, right? Get the book, The Science of Breath by Yogi Ramacharaka. So I just wanted to come on and drop, just to give that to you guys because it's from my heart, and to change the trajectory of the conversation being all about them and what they're doing to us, and make it about us and how we are living and treating ourselves. ZazaAli.com. Peace.